Hello people, it is me, Megazard, and I'm actually finally doing old gen PU stuff and things and stuff, which I definitely thought I was gonna do, and then after Grand Slam I kind of stopped uploading because I've been slightly off mons lately, because I've got other stuff that I've been doing, and I know that as soon as Gen 7 PU comes out, I'm gonna be all over this shit. Don't know exactly how much I'm going to upload, especially since I really just expect this channel to die once I head off to college. But anyway, for now, Gen 3 PU it's a lot of fun. I never uploaded any classic stuff because I basically just lost all the opens early. I got pretty unlucky to lose. I got hacks to shit in Gen 3 PU, which is my favorite. Gen 4, I got hacks to by. I don't know Gen 4 anyway. I don't care. And then Gen 5, I lost on a skull burn in one turn, which was like, okay, well, what can you do? So didn't really get to bring any classic stuff, which is what I thought was going to kind of sustain the channel. But this is for the Dunsparce Suspect tournament, and I'm not bringing all the games, just 2 games, which I thought were very fun, very close games that either way they had gone at the very end, because they both really came down to the wire. I still would have uploaded this regardless of who won. So yeah, I've never recorded something with no team preview. I think it's kind of awkward, because like if I tell you what my team is right now, I don't think you're really gonna remember it too well while you're also trying to pay attention to the game, and there's probably gonna be music in the background once I edit this. But just in case, it's Minun, Clamperl, Dragonair, Gastly, Yanma, Bayleaf, and It does well. I think it does better against the Dunsparce bulky teams, which is really what I expected going in, to face like bulky Dunsparce shenanigans. Doesn't do as well versus offensive teams, mostly because the team is no priority. Right before the tournament, I was looking at the team, I was like, I want to use this, but there's something wrong with it, and I replaced Doduo with Gastly, and Doduo is a strong priority user, Gastly is no priority user, so there you go. It's probably going to suffer against hyper offense and stuff like that for that, but for now, I'm going to play against Amber Lamps, and he leads Wailord, is my lead of choice as mine, and Wailord's very interesting. It's not a mon that is currently, like, people are thinking about, probably partially just because Clamperl is incredibly good in my opinion. Clamperl is just super strong, is the strongest mon in the metagame, maybe, I don't know. I don't know, maybe choice band Meditite, but Clamperl is ridiculously strong. Practically nothing counters it. But the one thing that Wailord does get is Water Spout, which is what I assume this is for. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to stay in. So first turn, he goes Dunsparce. I do have Baton Pass on this mine. It's Baton Pass, Wish, T-Bolt, HB Ice, but I am just going to T-Bolt. Didn't want to predict something too early. And I'm going to go right into my Yanma. I do have a Gastly, but he could definitely be some kind of something or other set. I don't really know. Sometimes they reveal Shadow Ball or Ice Beam, some kind of lure set, Hidden Power Grass, whatever. So I go my Yanma, just scout it out, play it safe, get paralyzed. I don't really mind. Wailmer, not Wailord, comes back in, and I'm expecting a Spout, so I can just go Bayleaf. He gets a crit, which is a little annoying, because now I can't really freely Leech Seed, because he could outspeed and 2KO me with Ice Beam. But then I think about it and I decide, yeah, I don't know, he's probably going to expect me to Synthesis or something, and I really don't want to give him a free switch to a Fire type. My Fire resist is Clamperl, but like the team just has to play smart around Fire, which I think is not entirely possible. I have things like Light Screen Bayleaf tech. Most of the team checks Combusken, like it's not impossible. Anyway, he goes Meditite. I go Gastly because there's pretty much no reason he'd expect a Ghost automatically. Like, they're not. Like, it's just a pretty free brick break, especially with the screen. So Gastly's going to come out. I'm going to H-Price. And here, I don't really know that I should have made this play. I leave Gastly in, and it really sucks because I get fully paralyzed. My thought process was I kind of want to chip mine in early, get it weakened so that everything else just has an easier time dealing with it. Because I don't need Gastly healthy to beat Dunsparce, I just need it alive, because at this point I'm almost certain he's Crowsparce and his only attacking move is Body Slam. But he is actually going to get the full para, and that's just not going to work out at all. I'm going to have to run away into my Minun, so not terribly ideal, but it's definitely something I can handle. go into my own Minun. I think I immediately Baton Pass out. No, I Wish first, because Wish is just a pretty safe play. And right here, I'm like, there's no way he's staying in. He sees me wishing, I have an unhealthy Gastly, it's a perfect switch in, so I'm just going to throw out a T-Bolt, and he goes Meditite, which is like, oh great, that actually worked. Probably could have Baton Passed out of there, but I was afraid to go for Banded, like, I don't know, HP Ghost? Would they run HP Ghost? I don't really know. But yeah, I can just Baton Pass, and Baton Pass into Gastly is incredibly safe, which, in my opinion, makes mine a lot more potent if you don't have to worry about an incredible counter that's also just a really stupid Mon general, until it gets banned, of course. You don't have to worry about it, because you can just Baton Pass into your Gastly. So I'm chipping Minun. Giga Drain does the chip, and my own Minun is actually switching because I'm Wish. Wish is a nice set. He now reveals Rhyhorn, which is a bit of a pain because my Bayleaf is pretty gosh darn weakened. It's toxic, doesn't really want to switch in, so I'm going to go Midiana. As fortunately for me, he reveals that's not Choice Band damage. Choice Band is stronger, it is spookier, so it's at least not going to be quite as strong. As I double into Clamperl. I don't remember why. He probably wasn't going Dunsparce, which is what I would double into Clamperl for. But yeah, he goes Wailmer. That was a bit of a questionable play. I don't really want to get Clamperl weakened, so I'm just going to switch right into Bayleaf. And I didn't think he would stay in. I definitely thought he wouldn't want to take an HP Grass, but he figured I'd Leech Seed or something, and Ice Beam does a lot. I mean, I am in range of another Ice Beam. He switches into Minun, and I think my thought process with Synthesis was more like he wasn't going to Ice Beam, I just don't think he is. There isn't really a concrete reason for why. Like, Ice Beam, sure, gets your Wailmer really weakened once I send in something else. I think it might die to Leech Seed plus Toxic, but if he removes Bayleaf, that's really useful for Rhyhorn and Minun. But yeah, for whatever reason, I just thought he wasn't gonna, and Minun's gonna come in. He reveals Substitute. That's just not something that I expected. I figured this was a free Leech Seed. It just didn't look like a sub-Minun team. He also doesn't have priority, so I figured maybe Quick Attack or something. But at this point, I have to let Bayleaf go down just to break that sub. Really don't want to deal with his Minun, and that actually lets me go into my own Minun. Because, it is a speed tie. If I lose the speed tie, though, he only does about 50%, which is totally fine for me. Fortunately, I win. It's nice, but in no way did I need Minun healthy. As Rhyhorn comes back in, which is like, okay, let's just Baton Pass into the Midiana, because that's pretty much all I can do versus this Rhyhorn. He's not doing too much, so it's pretty safe. The Baton Pass is just nice, because I avoid things like doubling into Meditite and all that. He actually switches into Wailmer, as I just go for the offensive crunch, don't want to let Meditite come in, but he makes the good play, sacks him on, that's not really useful, and here's Meditite, and I have to decide on something to die. And I thought about this for like a minute and a half or something, and I figured he's probably going to predict a switch out. Midiana could definitely stay in, but if he doesn't, and if he just brick breaks because he's like, Megazord's been playing super offensively, and if Midiana dies, Rhyhorn's going to be a huge pain. He could definitely be creeping for Clamperl, and if he is, that's going to just, I don't want to lose Midiana here. My last Mon is Dragonair, which, is not a great Rhyhorn check by any means. It loses hard to Rhyhorn. So even though he has a Dunsparce, I still have the ability to roar it out, and I have Clamperl that just clean 2 KOs it. And that is why I sack Gastly here. I just wanted to explain that thought process. And no, it's not HP Ghost, it's Hidden Power something else. I just want to explain that thought process because Dunsparce immediately becomes 10 times more threatening, but I made that decision intentionally. He goes Rhyhorn. I think he was expecting me to, I don't know, double into maybe a last Mon that beats Dunsparce or something, because he doesn't go immediately Dunsparce, or maybe he just wanted to keep it healthy. Because we're actually going to see he's not max Spadef, so maybe he thought Minun was going to 2KO him. Regardless, I wish, and I really regret that play. I wish, because I thought he would immediately maybe Body Slam or double to Meditite, just to hit Clamperl, because Clamperl just clean 2KOs Dunsparce. But he ends up cursing instead, which just puts me in a really bad position, because look, I'm baton passing to Clamperl, and sure, I 2-hit KO'd Dunsparce, but that doesn't matter because he also 2-hit KOs me. And here's the critical thing. Dunsparce is a Serene Gracemon, and Serene Gracemons get those paras. And with that para, I no longer check Dunsparce. If I had just immediately gone to Clamperl, it would have been pretty safe. That's all I can say. It would have been pretty safe. So, my biggest Dunsparce stop is gone, and I have no idea what his last mon is. I figure it's almost certainly some kind of grass type, because pretty much every team wants a grass type, and his water resist is Dunsparce. Unfortunately, I don't get to see what it is, though, as he goes Meditite, or he pulls Meditite, and I have to sack Mighty N at this point. I need to let it down. I need to hope that this grass type is more likely than not one that Dragonair can set up on. But if it's something like Curse Ivysaur, then I'm dead. Or Leech Seed Reflect Meganium. But it's Skiploom. And Skiploom is not a Pokemon that, that's not even ranked. Like, Wailmer is like a low-ranked mon that no one's really tried. I don't think Skiploom is even ranked. It's just some new tech he's innovating with. Honestly, it doesn't seem that great to me, just because, well, now that I'm thinking about it, like, Subseed Toxic, other than Ivysaur, pretty much nothing stops it. And that's what I assume he's running now. Obviously, I assume the last move is probably Sleep Powder, or even if it's not Subseed Toxic, he's probably Sleep Powder. And I could go Minun and then go back into Dragonair and try to set up. But at that point I thought, it's a really risky play. He still has a Cursed Dunsparce around. And the key thing is, Sleep Powder is 75% accuracy. Then with Shed Skin I have a 33% chance to wake up. Between the both of those, what are the actual odds that this Skiploom can actually beat Dragonair one-on-one? I have no clue what his set is. If he's HP Ice, this is really unfortunate, but I figure, okay, Dragonair probably wins this, and I stay in and I immediately juke a Sleep Powder first turn. So I'm never really going to get to see what would have happened. I think I had good chances, but there's absolutely no way to know. And either way, that Sleep Powder is definitely bigger at the end of the game than the full para than Gastly on the beginning. So it's not really a hacks for hacks, because that didn't matter too much. It is actually kind of funny to me anyway. If I had only had Dragonair, this would have been nuts, because he's going to actually pull the Curse, and then he's going to Sleep Talk and pull the Body Slam, which is the only way he could have beaten Dragonair in that situation. But fortunately, I still have the Mine in the back. Even if he'd won the Mine and V-Mine and Speed Tide, would have been around. So, super close game versus Amber Lamps. Again, really could have gone either way. I have no clue what that Skiploom had. I was just hoping that, like, I don't know, 0.25 times 0.33 were the odds I had to automatically win right there, and I got that, whatever it is. Well, no, it's not 0.25 times 0.33, because I only needed one, not both. I'm not gonna bother with all that tax calculation crap. The other game is versus Mr. Slarflar, and yeah, because there's no team preview, I can't really say anything beforehand. It's very weird to commentate no team preview. For me, anyway. Anyway, double lead Minun. I have no clue what he's going to run, so I just toss out an HP Ice, and it turns out he's actually bulky sub Minun with enough HP to take HP Ices from other Minun. Well, that's a little bit of a pickle, huh? I'm just going to toss out a Wish, because I figure whatever he's baton passing to, ideally either Mighty Anna or Bayleaf can take it on. Turns out to be Gastly. I just stay in on that, because Gastly can't do too much to Minun, right? We saw from the other game. Wrong, he's actually Choice Banded Gastly, the fucking GOAT set. I love Banded Gastly, just so stupid. Banded, if you don't know, because both of its stabs are physical in this generation. No, it's just so silly. Like, look, that Sludge Bomb is 18%. I just throw out a free Toxic as he goes into Combusken, which is one of the biggest threats to this team. If not the biggest threat to this team is Combusken. It's manageable just because it has a hard time switching in on things. Clamperl kind of checks it. Dragonair kind of checks it, but it's pretty annoying. So that's why I make this super offensive play of immediately roaring, expecting a sword stance, or trying to catch one anyway. Unfortunately, he pulls Minun. That's not too good. I go Dragonair because I'm just expecting him to sub baton pass out. He's going to T-Bolt, pick up the para, but immediately get it shed skinned away. And then he actually stays into HPS again, which just isn't really what I thought would happen, so now my Dragonair is kind of weakened, but I will absolutely take the trade of Dragonair for Minun as he chooses to just let it in and, or not let it, leave it in, die to a double edge. If he hadn't, like, I still had Bayleaf to check it, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I can risk Dragonair just in case he foddered something else. I'm gonna go Clamperl just because I really did expect him to go Combusken. Normally people want to send out Mons that they've already revealed so as not to reveal anything else, and I just didn't think it'd be Gastly because he already saw I have a 100% counter to it. I leave in Clamperl because my thought process was I didn't really need it, probably. Like, looking at his team, it's already super offensive. I just don't expect a Dunsparce. I just don't expect, like, a Shuckle. Nothing like that I have to break through, and even if I do, I have Gastly in the back to check that stuff. In fact, thinking about it, now that I have a Gastly, I could probably run a different Mon over Clamperl. Like a different water type. Maybe one with quick attack, if there is a water type with quick attack. Team building aside, he reveals that he's banded with T-Bolt, which I just wanted to take a moment to recognize that the legendary set, and I'm very happy that Slarflyer is running this. Now I go Minun, and he reveals to me that he has no Minun checks, or switch-ins, other than his own Minun, which isn't really a Minun switch-in. How about that? That is an offensive Lombre, that's why I did so much. No way that's defensive. No, not a shot in hell. But he reveals Dragonair, which, yeah, that's a Minun check, I guess. He just didn't want it weakened. I can still go right to my Yanma. I don't know what he's going to do. It ends up being DD, not Agility, which is fortunate. That could have been a little dicey, but with Light Screen Meganium in the back, that's fine. I crunched before Roaring, just because I wanted to get a little bit of chip. End up getting a crit. That's actually a lot of chip. A lot of bit of chip. I don't think I need the crit, but it definitely helps a little bit. As he goes Gastly, he's just going to Sludge Bomb because he needs to weaken my Yanma for Dragonair to have any shot of sweeping. Sweeping? That's fun to say. Dragonair. I stay into Roar because obviously I don't want him to set up, but he ends up just killing me with a Hidden Power Frighten. And I figure, you know what, let me just reveal my own Gastly and take him out. And this is where the game gets very interesting, because if you look at his team, he doesn't really have Minun resists, and he doesn't really have Fire resists. Like, those are both basically just Dragonair's job to do. So Electric and Fire, he's pretty dicey on. So I figured, I really didn't know what he had. Like, he also doesn't have Priority though, so like it could be a Chinchou, or maybe it could be an offensive strong priority user just to revenge things like a Doduo, or I really had no idea. I just didn't think it would be what it ends up being, which is a Yanma. Now, one of the things about Gen 3 PU is that you should always consider, do they have a Yanma in the back? Because Yanma is a terrifying sweeper that can automatically win the game. It is horrifically scary, and I made that decision to say, you know what, he almost certainly doesn't have a Yanma because his team's really weak to Minun and Fire types. And he reveals it, and yeah, Yanma is just threatening. If you don't know what they run, it's a Substitute Reversal with Lychee Berry, the attack raising one, and once he gets to 1%, it kills Minun. Right? Minun dies to that. Gastly certainly dies to a Shadow Ball, which he's running. Minun is not quick attack, so I can't get him to 1%, not necessarily 1 HP, and then revenge him. But I do have my ace in the hole. He's basically counting on the fact that my last Mon can't take a hit from Yanma. And I am counting on the fact that a 0 defense invested Bayleaf, it is max HP, max SPDF, is able to take a +1 hit from a Yanma. Can it do it? I actually didn't cap this beforehand. I had no clue. I just had a gut feeling. And my gut feeling was, Bayleaf's pretty goddamn bulky. Yanma's pretty goddamn weak. I really hope I can do this. I would have been pretty annoyed. Pretty miffed. My jimmies would have been rustled if I lost this one. So Bayleaf comes out, and yeah. 93%. That is a hidden power flying or bug, I don't know. Probably flying. But Bayleaf is just Bayleaf is a Yanma check, guys. I mean, that's Pokemon. That's how Pokemon works. So, you know? Anyway, I just thought these games were really good, really close. ADV is just a lot of fun, even with Dunsparce around, and I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more once it's gone. There's still plenty of mons to innovate with. There's, like we saw with Amber Lamps, he's pulling out new stuff. There's just a lot of Pokemon that, like, because the power level is so low, pretty much anything could be viable, and I wouldn't be that surprised. So yeah, check out ADV if you haven't. Hope you guys enjoyed some old Gen Pew stuff, and I'll see you at some other point, maybe. I don't know. Bye.